Welcome back to the Ripewave audio community, where we explore together all types of home audio systems, from hi-fi to home theater. My name is John, and for this video we continue our exploration of high-end headphone gear by taking a look at a full-size headphone, the Audeze LCD-2 Classic. In the previous Ripewave audio video, we auditioned the Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse headphone amplifier and was impressed by the sound quality this tube-based amplifier delivered. If you missed that video, I have provided the link and a playlist for your convenience. As mentioned in that review, the WA8 is limited mostly by the source material and headphones you are listening with. Therefore, our review of the Audeze LCD-2 Classic will be conducted with that same Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse headphone amplifier in hopes that we can fill in another hole in the setup to elevate my baseline of what a headphone experience can be. Founded in 2008, Audeze is a specialized headphone and headphone amplifier company out of Orange County, California, which offers a portfolio that includes products for the audiophile, pro audio, and gaming markets. Audeze products are engineered and handcrafted in the United States. The Audeze LCD-2 Classic fits within their LCD Origins series of the audiophile lineup, which is designed to represent the sound characteristics of the original and well-regarded LCD-2 introduced in 2008. Audeze identifies the merits of this series as being luxuriously spacious with warm tonal balance and powerful bass, and will beautifully articulate the power and nuance of your favorite music. Let's go over their design and see if they live up to this claim. As with speakers, headphone price points vary widely, from under $10 at the dollar store, or for those you receive with the in-flight movie, to ultra high-end models well north of $10,000, such as the Sennheiser Orpheus HE1, which includes a matching amplifier for $59,000. Most consumers seek a better headphone experience, stay under $200, with a subset of those willing to go as high as $500 to keep up with the fashions. In the consumer grade classes and beyond any style premium, you often are paying for extra features such as wireless, noise cancellation, and phone call integration capabilities. Once you break into the audiophile levels, the extra features start to drop off and the headphones become dedicated to sound quality. While style is still present at the upper levels, it is more about personal enjoyment and comfort than being an accessory. I have labeled the price point where the Audeze LCD-2 Classic sits, which is in the middle of that category, audiophile level 1. This is the level where those who are seeking a serious personal listening experience can enter. In fact, it is possible for a level 1 headphone to outperform a level 2 or higher unit. In fact, the LCD-2Cs are often compared against level 2 models, such as the $1,700 Audeze LCD-X, and came up ahead in several conclusions. This review is designed to give you an idea of what you will experience should you decide to level up to the audiophile level 1 price point. The Audeze LCD-2 Classic are a circumaural headphone, also known as full-size headphone, or over-ear headphone. As they completely surround the ear, a full-size headphone is designed to minimize any ear touching and differ from other types which engage with the ear more directly and include superaural or on-ear headphones which press against the ear-fitting headphones which fit directly on the outer ear, and in-ear or earbud headphones which are inserted into the ear canal itself. As a planar magnetic headphone, the LCD-2 Classic, like most of the Audeze lineup, are differentiated from traditional headphones which employ a dynamic moving coil driver. The role of the transducer is to convert the electrical signal into sound waves. With a planar magnetic design, there is a flat diaphragm versus a cone shape which is found in dynamic drivers. The other difference is that the diaphragm has a conductor trace. Magnets placed on both sides of the diaphragm cause it to vibrate and produce the sound. Having the conductors placed directly on the flat diaphragm surface produces a more even reaction to the magnetic field than with traditional cone drivers, where the voice coil resides behind the diaphragm. The result gives planar magnetic headphones an advantage in bass response extension. However, dynamic drivers can produce more punch, making it harder to know which technology you will prefer without hearing them yourselves. Other qualities of planar magnetic transducers is that they can sound tighter and less distorted. Soundstage can also appear wider and more separated. Some reviewers report that planar magnetics sound more like the real world, and dynamic headphones sound more like their room speaker counterparts. Full-size headphones are either open or closed back. As the LCD-2Cs are open back headphones, pressure cannot build up and impact the sound characteristics. With an open back headphone, sound from your surrounding can be heard, so you may need to find a quiet spot to fully enjoy the LCD-2Cs and appreciate their output without being disturbed or disturbing others. Otherwise, you may want to consider a closed back design, but your critical listening experience will be degraded. For example, you may hear echoes and other artifacts with the can design. Audeze does have a few closed-back models, including the LCD-2 closed-back for $899. When you make the jump to higher-end cables, you will notice that the cables are detachable, making it possible to swap them out. The cable interface with this model is a 4-pin mini XLR style connector. Changing out the cable can be done for several reasons, starting with the most practical. 1. It makes replacing a broken cable easy. 2. It allows you to interchange different lengths of cable depending on your listening distance from your amplifier. 3. Ergonomics, better feeling cables that are flexible and have a gentle drape. 4. To leverage a balanced output on an amplifier versus an unbalanced connection to reduce cable-induced noise. 5. To enable you to experience different sounding cables. And 6. Audio jewelry, for those who desire physically alluring cables. The cable supplied with the LCD-2Cs is pretty nice, with a single-ended, unbalanced quarter-inch phono plug, and are about 6 feet long and braided, so you will need to sit near your amplifier. The supply cable does not tangle. While flexible, this cable is just stiff enough not to drape as nicely as others. Audeze has other cable options within their accessories available online. As a full-sized headphone, the LCD-2Cs are large to begin with. These are also on the heavy side at 550 grams, or just over 1.2 pounds, in comparison to my mid-fi Audio Technica headphones, which are 8.82 ounces, or around 0.55 pounds, and less than half the weight of the hefty LCD-2Cs. However, I did not find the weight uncomfortable. Perhaps just the opposite. I didn't feel fatigue after longer sessions. With that weight, you do get a premium build quality. While the non-leather ear cups and lack of wood are among the cost savings measures for the design of the LCD-2Cs, I still feel these are a solid piece of gear. Another omission to save cost is the lack of a phaser, which is used to reduce interference patterns between magnets to improve the sound quality. Reviewers have complained that the head strap stretches over time, and I see on this unit it is nearly touching the metal band. If stretching becomes a problem, the headband is replaceable and available as an accessory online. The LCD-2Cs are adjustable in size by moving the yoke rod positions using one of the detents, which hold position well. External yoke rods are available for those who find the supply rods too limiting. The memory foam filled ear pads are very comfortable. The left and right ear cups are identified with an L and R behind each of the yoke rods. Alternatively, you can simply remember that the red banded cable is for the right ear and that the connectors should always point away from you, otherwise they could be poking you. Even though the LCD-2Cs are a full-size planar magnetic headphone, they have a 70 ohm impedance and are not too difficult to drive, with a minimum power requirement of 100 milliwatts. However, you can still benefit by driving them with a dedicated amplifier. Their 250 milliwatt recommended power level makes the Woo Audio WA8 amplifier a good match. Sensitivity comes in at 101 decibels with a 1 milliwatt sped to them. Frequency response is rated from 10 Hz to 50 kHz. I connected the LCD-2Cs to the Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse using a 1/4-inch unbalanced jack. For my source, I connected the WA8 to my iMac, and the iMac instantly made the new USB output available from the sound preferences. I sampled through a wide range of material, including the same Fleetwood Mac Rumours album I originally auditioned with the WA8s, this time using the LCD-2C headphones. The improvements could be instantly observed. The bass was simply amazing, with a superior soundstage and life that was not present with my Audio Technica headphones, which sounded dull in comparison. To ensure that I was making a fair comparison, I swapped between the two several times, and with each comparison the differences were still obvious. With the LCD-2Cs, the midtones were also lush. The one area where the LCD-2Cs were a little relaxed is with the high notes. However, having the highs a little subdued did make the LCD-2Cs very listenable for long periods without fatigue. I was having fun with the LCD-2Cs, so I decided to see if I could hear the difference between sources. For this, I listened to Paul McCartney's Band on the Run using 3 different versions. The first being streaming from Amazon Prime, the standard, not high-definition version of Amazon Prime. 2, a lossless copy of a CD, which was from McCartney's All My Best CD from the 1980s. And 3, from a high-res download. This was an unlimited, uncompressed version from the archive series of Paul McCartney, and this was the Band on the Run album. While I could also audibly hear the difference between all three sources in the correct order of quality with the Audio Technica headphone, with the LCD-2Cs, those differences were more pronounced. I also found that the LCD-2Cs brought out the best of all three versions, making each sound better than with the lesser headphone. I tried directly connecting the LCD-2Cs to my iMac, and they did work. However, pairing with the WA8 amplifier was a clear difference, and I abandoned the direct iMac connection quickly. Also note, I connected to my iPhone, and that worked as well. Again, not the same level of performance as with the tube-based WA8. Finally, I decided to try the LCD-2Cs with my Yamaha P150 electric piano and Roland Super JV 1080 sound module, which has a Boisendorfer Imperial Grand expansion card. It is this piano setup which I have been using for over 20 years with the Audio Technica headphone, and I know it well. With the upgraded headphones, the piano sounds become more lifelike. I also found that the sound characteristic was more like that of the built-in speakers on the Yamaha piano. In comparison, the Audio Technica sounded more synthesized and not nearly as real. The Audeze LCD-2 Classic is really an amazing headphone and delivers a sound experience that lives up to the elevated price point and perhaps beyond. While the $799 price may be out of reach for some, for those who are able to make the jump, they should get rewarded with the extra spend. For those who have constrained listening spaces and close neighbors, the cost may be more easily justified. With the combo of the Audeze LCD-2 Classic and the Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse, the combined investment is $2,600 and creates an experience that may exceed what is possible through a speaker-based system at the same price. I ought to thank my neighbor Steve once again for loaning me his gear. Not only the Audeze LCD-2 Classic, but the Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse, which has given me ample time to sit down and listening to those together. Thanks again, Steve. If you also own an Audeze LCD-2 Classic or similar headphone, I would be interested in hearing your feedback. Please include in the comments section, do you feel jumping to this level is worth the price of entry? That feedback would be useful to the RipeWave Audio community. Furthermore, if you enjoyed this video and are interested in enhancing your audio experience, please like and subscribe to this RipeWave Audio community, and be sure to select the bell icon so you will be notified as soon as the next video is posted. Until then, keep evolving your audio experience.